easier of a transition, a lot easier of a smooth thing to have going on with this whole situation. So that's why I have confidence, and I don't think it's selling yourself short, really, because you have J.J. really as the long-term plan. And compared to Seattle and that Geno Smith situation, Seattle wasn't really planning past Geno Smith. I'm sure they were long-term, but they didn't have a solid confirmed answer that they knew that they could turn to. Right now, it's not selling themselves short if you're the Vikings, because you know if this Sam Darnold experience doesn't work, you have J.J. to come in, and maybe it's a little bit earlier than you'd expected, but you don't have all your chips, all your marbles on Sam Darnold to carry you into this next phase or transition of your team. You have J.J. to fall back on, and ideally you want to keep him on the sideline as much as possible, according to Kevin O'Connell, but you have him ready there with not as much pressure to learn as much as possible. And then if Sam doesn't work out, or maybe it's until next year that J.J. gets a better opportunity, you have that long-term plan that you feel very good about, and it'd be short if really, it'd be only selling themselves short if Darnold, like I mentioned, was their only choice. But because he is that bridge quarterback in the big picture, I think the Vikings have really built this up well. Maybe overly cautious, but to each his own. The Vikings still great chance to win it. Last year, they came close to making the playoffs with Nick Mullins, Josh Dobbs, and having a carousel at quarterback, and Justin Jefferson missing about 10 games or 8 games, something like that. So if Justin Jefferson is there, Sam Darnold can play at least to the level of those guys, or better, as they expect, as I expect. This team, I think, is going to do fine. Maybe we don't see J.J., and that would stink because I do really want to watch him, but they've done a great job of building this roster. They haven't sold themselves short. To compare him to Geno, it's better than that situation because they have J.J. McCarthy just waiting there, but that's in an ideal world. Of course, things could go wrong, but ideally that is what the Vikings envision this entire thing going as in 2024. But that is that on the Minnesota Vikings, and that'll do it for today's show. I want to thank you guys for joining me on today's episode of the GSMC Chip Shot Football Podcast. Please remember to like, follow, and subscribe to the show, as well as following the network on all forms of social media. If you want to see more of this show, check out the GSMC Sports Network channel and the GSMC Podcast Network channel on YouTube, where you can find a lot more ways to watch this show and a lot more topics around the NFL. And as a final reminder, tune in every weekday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for more discussions and conversations around the NFL with me, Manny Maradiaga, as your host. Thank you again for joining me. I hope to see you guys back here with me again tomorrow.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't